Bleh. Hey, what's going on? We're on the road. We're traveling. We are on our way right now to Lodi, New Jersey, one of my favorite places in Lodi, not just because it's the hometown of the Misfits, but also because the place just captures my imagination. It has the most wonderful sense of small town USA, suburbia, and the fact that something that I love and appreciate and respect so much came from a place like this just captures my imagination. Tell me about what the idea was behind the impetus for you and John to sort of put this thing together. So here's the deal. I've been promoting this show for quite a while now called They Came From Lodi Presents.
We really wanted to put together a show with all of, like, I don't want to say alumni, but alumni of, like, around your show. You know, I mean, I met John through just bullshitting on these, you know, on the YouTube chats on here. And same with Tony, you know.
Right.
So,
and Tony as well.
It blossomed into something cool, you know. We were like, we got to have Jeff involved in some, you know, we got to have him involved. We all met through him, you know. So it should be interesting. It should be fun, you know. I'm excited. It's a DIY effort. You know, I'm bringing the PA system. John has the door guy. I rented the hall. There's no actual promoter behind it. It's just all of us collectively putting together a show, you know.
We're going to be doing a raffle. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're on our way now. We're taking a trip to Lodi. And we have some very, very important business to attend to on this trip. It's very, very important. You will see what I'm talking about a little bit later. Here we are on the famous Route 46. So, I'm not super well versed on the neighborhood. All these little townships, they're sort of, you know, start and stop. They sort of bleed into each other and whatnot. So this might actually be Hasbrook Heights, which is right next to Lodi. Thank you so much.
You know what? I have to ask you a question.
Yeah? What's that?
Maybe you might know.
Sure. Try me.
What does Cardi's Sugar Bowl have to do with anything? Because I brought this up to Glenn last week, and Glenn's like, I have no idea. He goes, I remember going there a few times as a kid, but...
We're looking for Grove Street for its important historic significance. As you can see, all the homes are just quaint. Back in the day, this place was just blue-collar Italian. In the same way as being New York and a Jew is synonymous, so is that with being Italian and from New Jersey. From a fan perspective, here's the thing, and maybe this doesn't make sense to you because you're from Lodi, but Lodi has earned this almost, I don't, maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, possibly even international reputation in the realm of people who know punk rock music as this is the place where the Misfits came from. Now, let's contextualize this, Steve. And we found the street that we need, Grove Street, the legendary Grove Street. You know Forest Hill, Queens, because of the Ramones. But you ask if you ask any casual Ramones fan, hey, do you know where the Ramones come from? They might say, New York, maybe. Like they know that New York. Not everybody knows Forest Hill, Queens. If you ask where's the Sex Pistols from, they might say London. No one's going to say the King's Road or that's sex shop, the Malcolm McLaren sex shop. Yeah, same thing. Maybe some people are going to know where Black Flag are from, Hermosa Beach, but that's really it. Nobody. There is no place that is more synonymous with a punk band emerging out of a situation.
I still want to know what Cardi's Sugar Bowl.
I'm getting there, Steve.
I went to Cardi's.
I'm getting there.
Go ahead.
So the thing is, it's just a wonderful, wonderful place. Truly, it has this small town suburbia energy. This town captures the imagination because for whatever reason, myself included, those of us who were not there, you experienced it, but for those of us who were not there at that time, we don't really know the difference. So to us, it's like getting to touch down and be in contact. Like, for instance, why do people like props? Why do people like memorabilia? Because it creates a bridge, a connection to that thing that they love.
I don't understand what Cardi Sugar Bowl.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Steve.
Well, get there,
because
damn
Steve,
it.
And I spent a lot of time here hanging out with Sal B. His house is right over there. That's Sal B's house.
Welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll Cooking with your host, Sal B. Today we have from Vancouver, Canada, two brothers who are setting the west coast of America on fire.
Not anymore, but it used to be. That's where we used to do Rock and Roll Cooking with Sal B. And then as we keep driving down here, we are going to see the place where the Misfits were. It's right over here after this light. And here we are. Right across the street is the Kayafa residence where Rocky, Jerry, and Doyle grew up. And you can see it right over here. Let's be a little covert here because, this is someone's house and don't want to be too sketchy. I mean, we're already pretty sketchy. So that's the house right there. And that's where the Misfits headquarters was, partially. And you can see the big iron C's are still on the door. And the C used to stand for Kayafa. In the back there is the pool and the pool house and the basketball court. The pool house, of course, was the pit. And that's where the Misfits would practice. And there it is, man. How cool is that? Iron gate. And then over here, this is where Steve Zing grew up. And he used to get up on his rooftop and listen to the Misfits play. Isn't that cool? My mom grew up in Bergen County. She lived in Teaneck, which is a town or few over, and is the same age as Mr. Jim. We're just going to stop off first at Cardi's Sugar Bowl. Because Cardi's is a staple, an institution within the town of Lodi, which has become this place for certain groups of fans to make these pilgrimages to. You go there and you go to these landmarks and you go and you see hold on. You see the posters. You go in there. You see the posters hanging up on the wall. You see the 3 Hits from Hell posters. Benson, who runs Cardi's Sugar Bowl, Benson, his father opened up Cardi's. And then Benson took over Cardi's, and I think he's leaving it for his daughter or whatever. He went to high school with Jerry's dad. They were in the same class in Lodi Highschool. He is just a staple of Lodi. So when people come to Lodi to sort of like soak up whatever it is in that area, that suburban whatever it is, they stop at Cardi's because it's a place that it's like an old-timey place. It's a penny candy store. There are not many around. Lodi has definitely changed over the years, as I'm sure you're aware of, but that's a place that's still there. And that's a place where the Misfits used to hang stuff up, or that they would get stuff and they would hang it up. Yeah.
That whole wall.
Oh, yeah?
Up to the candy racks.
Yeah.
Was full of full-length pictures of the Beatles.
Oh, really?
With their Nehru jackets.
Right.
The jackets with no collar.
Does that answer your question, Steve?
That's a fucking long, drawn-out explanation, which I still don't get. I went there one time, and why I went there?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, after everybody, and I grew up in Lodi, but it was like, it meant nothing to me. I mean, I went there maybe 4 or 5 years ago for the first time.
Yeah.
Just to see what it was about. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I love those jackets. That's from like 1962.
Right. Skinny ties.
Yep.
short, well, the hair was, had boots on.
I'm just filming the store because it's just a beauty. I
don't know what it is. It's just part of the identity. What?
What did you do at Cardi's?
What do you mean? What? When I went
did you
there,
do?
I bought some candy. I bought some penny candy. And I looked at the posters on the walls. And it's amazing that it's still around. You just don't see many places like Cardi's Sugar Bowl still standing. It's the same thing as St. Mark's. I'll never forget when I used to walk down St. Mark's 20 years ago, and I'd always walk by this old rusted door. And you know what I saw at the bottom? I saw a Fiend Club with the skull. I saw it stencil spray painted there. And I remember where I had read somewhere about how the Misfits would take anybody's leather jacket and they would spray paint the stencil onto the leather jacket. And it just, the idea that somebody in the band or somebody that was in the periphery of the band might have spray painted this stencil there and left the mark, and that it was still there decades later, and that now I'm walking by it and I see it, and that's my connection to that time and place. And now here we are on MacArthur Avenue. On the other side of town is where Glenn Danzig grew up. And here it is, 49 MacArthur Avenue. That's the place where the Misfits are really, truly born. Yes, they rehearsed at Manny's house, and yes, they rehearsed at Jerry's house, but it's in the house on MacArthur Avenue where the name The Misfits probably was imagined, where probably all of these songs were written. All of the Misfit songs, all of the Samhain songs, all of it comes from this place. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. Right in this neighborhood, right on the street, right in this neighborhood is where it all began. It started as a twisted dream, and it ended with the world in heat. There's one more really important piece of business that we need to conduct before we can get to the VFW hall and get ready for tonight's show. And we're on our way there right now. It's a part of...
Go to Lodi Pizza.
Yeah, of course. Everybody goes to Lodi Pizza, too.
Well, keep going. They have the greatest pizza in the world.
Lodi Pizza, and you can't see shit.
Damn it. Okay, here we are at Lodi High School. I have erected a statue to the Misfits. It was something that we had talked about and even made a petition for, but statues are really expensive, so I figured the best thing that we could do here would be to make our own forced perspective statue and imagine that it would stay here in front of Lodi High School, even though Glenn didn't go to high school here. Still, here it is. Da 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 da. Ba-dum, ba-dum. So this was the idea. I'm here right now with Robby, Chris from Morning Noise, and Zombie Alex. We're all just hanging out in front of Lodi High School. And as I said, we intended on doing this. So here it is. The installation, it's not going to stay here. It can't stay here. Whoa, there it is again. But I just thought it would be really cool to put these figures there. That's for you, Charlie. I know you'll appreciate it. Cool. We're going to head back very soon to the VFW where the show will begin. So what's the plan for tonight, guys?
We're going to be playing Robby Bloodshed, Voice of Doom, and Tony Matura's Secret Subway.
Wait,
that's
there was
right.
a plan?
Well,
yes.
Somewhat.
Yes. Did you see, I shouted you out in that Monster Mash episode. I even had people calling me through Facebook, shout out to Zombie Alex, who were like, yo, I'm in the supermarket right now. You want me to pick you up a box of this?
Oh, did you?
Because I ended up buying some cereal.
Listen, we would have brought it for you, buddy.
I know, you're so nice. And you know what? I was like, not about it. And then I saw it in the supermarket and I was like, I have to do this, but I have to shout you out. Such a nice dude to do that. Shout out to Zombie Alex. I had to make sure I shouted you out.
The cover choices tonight are going to be very interesting.
Yes.
Yes, very,
Yes.
I don't think these songs have been played in this style since 1977 in Lodi.
That That is true. That is very, very true. We shall see. Before somebody calls, I got to tell you, as I was driving by all these landmarks, like these Lodi landmarks, I felt like such a creeper. Like someone is going to call the police. There is a dude like filming my house. I mean, rightfully so. I would be mad too, you know. But listen, if serves
a gun, it's Lodi.
You know, serves you right for moving into the house of Jerry Only or Glenn Danzig, right? You know, and not knowing the history. That Misfit.
The hearse was out there for a long time.
Right, yeah, I drove by a house and I saw where the hearse used to be right up against the side of the house. Really cool. You know, I feel like that's just some of the baggage. You know, they have to tell you. You know how they have to tell you when if someone died in the house, they should tell you if you move into the house of some punk band that everybody's into, because you're just going to have nerds showing up.
I'm sure there are people staking out Iggy Pop's joint too.
That's right. Well, he lived in a trailer park, but still. Here is where tonight's show will be taking place. At the local VFW right here in Lodi, 5082.
All right, for Jeff.
Daughter in the river. Entrance gained by her liver.
Oh, God. Woo! Too much hard business. Driving late at night.
That was a great show. We had a really great time. It was a real DIY effort. Everybody sort of came together. It was really nice to meet everybody in the flesh for the first time. People that I've been speaking to in one form or another over the internet for the last year. And then suddenly here we are all together in the town of Lodi, the place that we celebrate and wax poetic about every week. And now here we are in the actual place, singing Misfits songs, having just truly wonderful times. Hi. So this is really cool. This is Tony Matura. We talk about him from time to time on the show.
Man.
You know, he was there. He saw the Misfits in '79, in '80. 81 or 82 or something, right? He saw the transition, whatnot.
Right.
So he has a band, Secret Subway, and you know this because, you know, we played his songs on the show. And just again to reiterate, so Tony was on last week's broadcast. He was commenting in the comments and was like, oh, hey, I was actually at those shows or something. And I was like, oh, whoa, that's crazy. Like, you know, we gotta have you on the air, man. We gotta like hear, you know, there you go. It's like, he's playing live tonight. He's the first act.
Yep.
Tony's Secret Subway. And he has asked me to join him to do Some Kind of Hate. So we're gonna do it right now. We're just gonna sort of practice the lyrics to make sure that we're up to snuff. So we're gonna do that right now. Let's do it. Ready?
Do it.
All right. Here, pull out your lyric sheet.
Do you know the lyrics? I mean,
I do, but let's just try it. Ready?
All right.
It will sound a lot better if you all sing along with us.
Definitely.
Sing it with us.
You know the whoa whoa whoas.
So I want to hear everybody do the whoa whoas. We're gonna try this. All right, you just. Oh my God! I can't believe we're gonna do this right now.
Jeff needs a little more juice in his microphone, I think.
Do I? Check. I never have enough juice
Robby?
in my microphone, ever. It's always an issue.
Gotta juice that up, baby.
Hello?
Check one.
All right, I think it's fine. Let's just do it. All right. No, Robby, I think it's okay. I think the lower the better.
Do
Here, let's go a little bit over here to let these guys talk. Ready? All right, ready. Ready. One,
Okay, two,
2, 3.
I'm gonna do the guitar.
Do 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 do. And then Voice of Doom came up and they did their set. And it was really cool, man. I got to tell you, John of Doom and John of Steel, those dudes are just like, well, the whole band was great. But those two dudes were like locked in with each other. And, you know, John of Doom is a great Evil Heim. He's a great front man. You know, he's graceful like a ballerina. I said that to him and he friggin' laughed. He was laughing. I mean, he's just like very graceful, you know? He projected with great confidence. And their music is very interesting, like to hear it live, like it was way different than what I've heard on their records. And it just sort of, there is definitely some Samhain DNA in there, which I really thought was very interesting.
How y'all doing tonight? Thank you. All right.
I think my favorite song out of the whole set was the last one that they played after the cover of Wolf's Blood. Their cover of Wolf's Blood is immaculate, by the way. Nobody can sing Glenn Danzig's melody, if you can call it a melody, and vocals the way John does. And he just did a great job.
Hey guys, Ryan Struck on drums. Scary Hours. And Rossler bass. The legendary fucking saw the Misfits 3 times back in the day. Legendary Frankie Fender guitar. Fucking John of fucking legendary steel. The mighty John of Steel. Would you like to say something about me? Love you.
John of Doom!
I love you too, man. Alright, my goddaughter, his daughter is here, my kids are here. So go easy.
And then Robby cleaned up last. You know, Robby's band is really tight. He's got Zombie Alex in there, and him and Mark have always been tight, so that there's a lot of great band chemistry. Robby pulled out an electric piano and ended up doing this sort of electric piano Misfits set, trying to do a set of Misfits songs as if they were being performed in the year 1977 in the town of Lodi, in the Lodi VFW.
From the looks of it, I think you guys will know that since we're keeping up with the themes for the night, we'll be doing a handful of Misfits tracks, but the thing is, we're not going to be doing it in a traditional sense. We're going to be doing it in the 77 the 77 style. These songs probably have not been performed in Lodi, New Jersey in this style since 1977.
I know, right?
Alex, just be careful. So. This next track is called In the Doorway. Alright, this is called She. Thank you so much.
What?
All right, this next one is called Theme for a Jackal.
And the real cherry on the top of the cake was doing Feline Nursery live right there.
This is our last Misfits one. This next one is probably a song you guys don't know the words to, but you might know some of them. This is called Feline Nursery. Down in the city with a funeral and I will not see it all, but we blast. Nothing will know where you go. I will not judge my head. We have no reason, but it's what I've done. Down on the floor, they whisper my name. Yeah, when you remind that to shame, I'll take my boots into the soft remains of your friend. Hey, hey, be like that to me. Be like that to me. We gotta throw away the key to the feline nursery. live not in a city where I feel no pain, and I will not sit down. Fucking glass, not for you already know. I will not cut my fucking hair. I know. Feel like nursery. I know. Feel like nursery. Now that's just Thank you so much.
For those of you who don't know, Feline Nursery is the original version of Spinal Remains. And then we were all just hanging out, bullshitting, taking pictures, having a good laugh, having a good time, just sort of shooting the breeze. You know, what was really nice about the Lodi VFW is that everybody was able to just sort of hang out. There's no loud music got turned up. We weren't being kicked out. Everything was super laxed. People were just hanging by the bar, or people were collapsing their stuff, and we were all just socializing. It was really, really, really nice. You don't get a lot of that after shows. It's one of the best part about going to a show afterwards, where you're all sort of socializing. I definitely hope it happens next year. I know if I'm asked again to MC or do something, I know I will be doing it.